China's Southern Weekly, 南方周末, hits the newsstands after mounting the biggest challenge to the Communist Party's propaganda machine in decades. It's one of China's most liberal and hard-hitting newspapers. Censorship is the norm here, as the media is tightly controlled by the state. But this time, propaganda authorities watered down a New Year's editorial in this newspaper, which was calling for deeper reform and more constitutional rights. But it did that without even consulting the editors. Outraged reporters and editors protested the move and went on strike. They're back at work, and this week's newspaper was delivered as scheduled after sources said the government agreed to back off. But the incident has echoed across the nation, prompting calls for reform and an outpouring of support. From hidden messages like this one in online media, to a story about rice porridge that uses metaphors to get the message across, Chinese are finding ways around the censors. So how big of a deal is this all? Doug Young is author of a book about how the Communist Party uses the media.
This is the first time we've had a major media organization like this going on strike in such an organized, big way in more than 20 years. The Communist Party needs to be very careful about how they handle this, because if they don't handle it and the reporters at Nanfang aren't satisfied with the way it gets resolved, there's a huge pool of other media and other reporters throughout China that are really starting to rally behind these guys.
Jian Guangzhou, a reporter known for breaking a major contaminated milk scandal in China, is one of those supporters.
There have been problems like this in the past, but before Weibo, people didn't know about them. Now, because of Weibo, society can debate conflicts between the media and government. Weibo is playing a big role in all of this.
The propaganda machine is fighting back. The Global Times, a party mouthpiece, published a story blaming the protests on foreign forces, and newspapers were ordered to rerun it. The publisher of the popular Beijing news daily reportedly resigned after refusing to comply. The Southern Weekly may be back to publishing as usual, but the controversy shows muzzling the media in China will prove a trickier task in the years to come.